Zambia is on a journey of transformation. Zambia is open for business.
Zambia is open for business is not a slogan. It is proof of a country taking flight into higher levels of growth and investment.
Business is good here in Zambia. It's very, very good as well.
Even against a backdrop of drought and global shocks, we'll take a look at how Zambia's aviation industry is tied to the web of investments flowing in today, shaped by the reforms President Hakainde Hichilema has pushed from debt restructuring to visa-free entry, creating an economy where planes bring not just passengers, but capital, trade and opportunity.
As you have heard from the sector themselves, they're in an expansionary mode now. So let us add more fuel to that expansion.
The outlook for 2025 is projected to be robust, with the real GDP expected to grow between 5.8% and 6.2%. That growth is anchored on three pillars: a strong performance in mining, improved agriculture output, and a rebound in tourism. Add to this the confidence flowing back into the economy after the 2024 debt restructuring, and you see why Zambia is attracting new foreign direct investment, particularly in energy transition mineral like copper, cobalt, and nickel. This is not by accident. It is the result of deliberate reforms that cleared debt arrears, stabilized the currency, and restored policy credibility. Tourism has emerged as one of the strongest signals of Zambia's turnaround.
I have come into Zambia. I love it here. The crime rates are extremely low, and it makes a person feel very peaceful, and it makes you enjoy your stay, and the holiday is always the best. So the first time I was a bit scared, because as you travel into the country for the first time, everyone is scared. But the second time I actually flew in with a friend. I told her about the good experience that I had here in Zambia, and I said to her, come, let's go. It's a beautiful place, it's a lovely place, and business is good, business is good here in Zambia.
In 2024, the country recorded more than 2.1 million international arrivals, the highest on record. The government now targets surpassing 2.4 million arrivals in 2025, alongside a 30% rise in domestic tourism.
And I'm speaking at least from a business perspective, in which we, myself and most of the directors, have to travel. However, when it comes to personal travel, it is nice to see Zambia open up, like the Kasama airport opening up and a few other earmarked airports, because again, tourism is the hidden gem of Zambia, and the more convenient air travel is for both domestic and international travelers, the better.
Infrastructure is following suit. New airports are being constructed. Nakonde Mansa is expanding, Kasama is being upgraded, and Lusaka's Kenneth Kaunda International Airport is already recording double-digit growth in passenger traffic. According to the Zambia Airports Corporation, passenger numbers increased 15% year-on-year in 2024. Aviation safety has also improved, with Zambia scoring above the global average in the ICAO audits. These are the foundations that make it possible to welcome more investors, tourists, and trade partners.
Of course, we'll start by thanking the government of the Republic of Zambia. After the new Dawn government took over the running of this country, through His Excellency Hakainde Hichilema, we have seen a lot of strides in terms of attracting passenger numbers. And in terms of attracting more passengers for this year, we have put up some incentives to the airlines, that those airlines that are going to operate in the new aerodromes, we are going to offer them some discounts so that we can grow the numbers together. So we are hoping that in 2025, the 2.4 million government project target will be able to be achieved. Of course, this is supported by our resolve to make Zambia as a regional hub in the SADC region. And with that, we hope that these numbers, and with the support of the government of the Republic of Zambia, we are going to have these numbers in place.
President Hakainde Hichilema has repeatedly stated that Zambia is no longer landlocked but land-linked. His reforms, from visa-free entry for key markets to a simplified investment framework under the Public-Private Partnership Act of 2023, are built on one goal: making Zambia competitive.
So we are so glad to see the numbers keep going up, and we're so happy to welcome all the visitors that come into Zambia to see our wonderful country. So one of the partnerships that we have is with wildlife crime prevention, and just to mention, we have a lot of partnership with various government organizations such as the DEC and National Parks and Wildlife. However, back to wildlife crime prevention, we were able to partner with them to highlight how precious our wild animals are. So, for example, they have actually partnered with us for replicas of various animals that are near and dear in the hearts of many Zambians and, of course, many Africans.
At the height of El Nino drought that destroyed over 1 million hectares of cropland, the president argued that resilience comes not from weights but from diversification, expanding mining, manufacturing and tourism so that the country does not rely on a single sector.
A tourism sector that people don't travel to countries where they don't feel safe. Zambia probably the safest place you can go to Africa. It's a country that has never been at war, very peaceful, very democratic. We've changed government 4 or 5 times, but still peaceful. But also you get probably some of the warmest, most hospitable people you can find. It stands out for us.
The results are visible. On the investment front, the 19 billion partnership with Kapata spans housing, mining, energy and aviation directly tied to these reforms. Mining expansion from Kansanshi's 1.25 billion United States dollars S3 project to Mapani's restart fuels cargo and business travel demand.
Also using our technical experience from all sectors around the world. So our technical team is, we believe, is one of the best, dealing with agriculture, livestock, food security. We're talking about tourism, affordable housing, mining, boats, airports. And of course, with the support of His Highness Sheikh Mansour, we develop a vision where we really try to put Africa in a different category. If we link all the sectors together, I think we're going to look at something in the next maybe 20, 50 years.
In 2024, the country recorded more than 2.1 million international arrivals, the highest on record. The government now targets surpassing 2.4 million arrivals in 2025, alongside a 30% rise in domestic tourism.
It is my first time in Zambia and I'm super excited because my friend brought me with and said it was lovely here, wonderful people, it's safe, and like our impression is that like Zambia is like an underdeveloped country. So when she came here and she experienced it, she was like super excited to share the news. So I'm coming to experience Zambia for the first time.
This is what Zambia's Open for Business agenda looks like. A country climbing out of debt, reforming its economy, and building industries that not only survive shocks, but turn them into opportunities.